All right, let's talk about turning emotional chaos into your greatest strength. Today, we're going to walk through 7 really powerful psychological techniques that are designed to help your mind not just survive, but actually thrive when life throws its worst at you.
You know that feeling, right? We've all been there. That moment when your emotions are just running the show. You can't think straight, and it literally feels like you're fighting a battle inside your own head. Whether it's anger, fear, anxiety, it can feel like you're drowning. But what if that feeling wasn't actually a flaw?
This is the core idea we're going to unpack. Emotional pain isn't a weakness, it's a signal. Think of it like a message from your brain. And once you learn how to read that signal, you stop being controlled by your emotions and you start using them as fuel for growth.
So, where do we start? Let's get right into the immediate toolkit. These are the techniques you can pull out the second an emotion spikes, giving you back control right when you need it the most.
90 seconds. Just look at that number. What could possibly happen in just a minute and a half? Well, when it comes to your emotions, pretty much everything.
So the science on this is pretty mind-blowing. Neuroanatomist Dr. Jill Bolte-Taylor discovered that the actual chemical reaction of an emotion in your brain, that flood of hormones like adrenaline, it only lasts for about 90 seconds. Then it gets flushed out. Anything you feel after that, that's you choosing to re-trigger the loop with your thoughts. So the technique is simple. Just observe the feeling, don't act, let that 90-second wave pass. This isn't about suppressing anything, it's about regulating.
In a tough moment, this is our default, isn't it? Why is this happening to me? But this question, it automatically puts us in the role of the victim. It makes us feel powerless.
But what if you just flip the question? This is a super powerful technique from cognitive behavioral therapy called cognitive reframing. The second you ask, what is this trying to teach me, you shift your entire perspective. You go from victim to student.
And that simple switch does this. It literally flips your brain from survival mode into growth mode. That one little question stops your brain from spiraling. It starts looking for a lesson instead of just reacting to a threat. And the moment your brain finds meaning, the chaos starts turning into clarity. It's a game changer.
Okay, let's move on to our next set of tools. These techniques are all about making long-term changes to that voice inside your head and breaking the thought patterns that keep you feeling stuck.
You know when your brain just won't shut up? You're not alone. And actually, research shows that really analytical people are often more prone to this. It's called rumination. So here's a simple 3-step pattern interrupt. First, just label it. Say to yourself, okay, this is rumination, it's not productive. Second, move your body. Seriously, even just standing up can reset your neural state. And third, refocus on a simple physical task. Your brain can't overthink and be fully in the present at the same time.
Oh, this is one of my absolute favorite psychological truths. We all do it, right? We have some awkward moment and we replay it for days, totally convinced everyone is judging us. The reality? Most people forgot about it in minutes because they're way too busy worrying about their own lives. This is called the spotlight effect. And just knowing that this comes from solid research by psychologists like Thomas Gilovich at Cornell, well, it gives you this incredible emotional freedom. It lets you stop performing for an imaginary audience and just start living your life.
All right, here's the technique that feels a little weird at first, but trust me, it works. Instead of saying, I feel overwhelmed, try using your own name. Something like, okay, Mark, you can handle this.
This technique is called self-distancing, and what it does is create just enough psychological space between you and the emotion. Research from the University of Michigan shows it actually shifts your brain out of panic mode and into problem-solving mode. It's like you're talking to yourself the way you talk to a friend, and that changes your entire emotional response.
Okay, now for our final section. This is where we go from just fixing things in the moment to building deep, long-term emotional strength. This is about moving from simply surviving stress to actually thriving because of it.
You know how most self-help stuff just tells you to visualize success? Well, psychologist Gabriella Owenton's technique, called mental contrasting, adds a super important step. As you can see here, first you visualize your goal, say feeling fit and confident. But then you immediately visualize the real-world obstacles that will get in your way: waking up early, junk food cravings, self-doubt. This prepares your brain for reality and helps you build a practical plan to actually succeed.
So, we all know what fragile means, right? You put pressure on something and it shatters.
Then you've got resilient. This is being able to take the stress, to bend but not break, and then bounce back to your original shape.
But here's the most powerful concept of them all, and it was coined by the author Nassim Taleb:
Anti-fragility. An anti-fragile mind doesn't just survive stress. It uses stress, challenges, and chaos to get stronger, more capable, and better adapted.
And this right here perfectly illustrates how to become anti-fragile. It's called the Stockdale paradox, named after Admiral James Stockdale, who survived 7 years as a prisoner of war. The key wasn't just blind optimism, it was this intense combination. Having absolute faith that you will make it through, while at the same time having the discipline to confront the most brutal, honest facts of your current situation.
So, what do all these techniques really tell us? They show that emotional intelligence isn't some soft skill. It's a strategic advantage. It's how you navigate the incredible complexities of life without losing yourself along the way. And if there's one big takeaway, it's this. Strength doesn't come from ignoring or burying your emotions. Real, lasting strength comes from having the courage to understand them. That's how you turn all that chaos into character.
So I'll just leave you with this final thought. Every single feeling you have is a piece of data. It's a message from your mind to you. The only question left is, are you ready to stop fighting the messages and finally start translating them?